What's up, YouTube? This is Angie Afternoon, and a segment I like to call Randummies. Randummies is basically any random thing that pops into my head that I hear about. I just give my random take on it, or whatever. The first Randummies thing I have to show you is actually the shirt I'm wearing. It's super-tastic. Don't use that word because I'm in the process of copywriting it, okay? Alright, check out this shirt. Bam. Look at that. Jaegermeister. Don't look at my tits. Look at the shirt. Jaegermeister. Oh my goodness. I was at a liquor store and the guy was like, we don't have any frozen, chilled, Jaeger. I'm like, it's all warm. And he's like, yeah. He was like, so to appease you, here is a cool Jaeger shirt. And I'm like, stellar. So I got this cool shirt. Oh, I just popped my collar. Bam. Anywho, so the real reason for this segment is to sort of talk to my unemployed people who are going on job interviews. I'm fortunate that I'm not unemployed, and I really feel bad for those of you out there who are unemployed. But a tip to you, as a person who has interviewed people, and I still interview people for our department with my boss, please be mindful of what you wear. And I say that because the first thing that you say to a prospective employer when you walk in the door is not a verbal communication. It's really what you're wearing. That's the first thing that people notice. That's the first thing I notice as an interviewer. If you're neatly dressed and you look like you're, like one of my middle school teachers used to say, dress for success. And you really don't understand the gravity of that until you actually are in a position to interview people. And I knew exactly what he meant. There's just a certain attire that you wear when you're going on an interview, and depending on the type of interview, you may wear a three-piece suit, or if it's a more artsy, lax, work environment, then you will wear something a little bit more lax but still professional. So I'm in Tim Hortons and I'm listening to this girl behind me talk to her friend, and she's talking about how nervous she is about this interview that she went on earlier in the day. And I'm not going to turn around and be all up in her conversation, but when I placed my order, I went down to the other end of the counter. I just sort of turned around to, look at her because I was curious. And, she's talking about how nervous she was about the interview, and her friend is like, girl, don't worry, you got this, you got this. And I'm just looking at this chick, and honestly, if I was that interviewer, I would have, asked her one question and asked her to be gone from my site. Because, and I would have threw her resume away, because this girl was like, I can't even count the ways of ghetto that this girl was. I mean, first of all, her hair was down, and it was obvious as it was hair extension, which is nothing wrong with that, but it was like this weird zebra looking hair that just looked a hot mess. And then she had eyelashes on her eyes that were like out to here. She looked like she's stolen from like a unicorn or that Never-Ending Story dog, pony, whatever that white thingy was on Never-Ending Story. She looked like she stole his eyelashes. And then her makeup just looked a hot mess. She had like these big glossy lips, like she had just ate like a ton of pork chops, and then then she had just her eyeshadow was moderate. But then you go down to what she was wearing, and she did have on a suit, but it was too tight for her, like way too tight, like literally you could see her panty line in the pants, and it was just atrocious. Her thighs looked like they were screaming for room. And then she had on the low cut shirt where you can see like her breast, but you could see her cleavage line. And it was just a really gross, it was like a really bad effort. And I think that anybody who told her she looked like she was ready for the interview should be like slapped 1,000 times by Dorfs. It was just really sad. And so I implore anyone who's out there on a job market, it is hard. Make sure you have clothes that fit. There are a couple of key interview things you want to keep in mind. Number one, visit the place prior to, just so you know where it is. Don't show up late ever. Okay? Number two, make sure that what you're wearing is reflective of the type of position that you're going to be in. Now, if you're a stripper, I don't know what you would wear. Nothing. I don't know. But if you're interviewing for a professional role, make sure you dress like a professional. 3-piece suit is always the winner, And if you want to go lower, for men, a nice dress shirt, nice tie, nice business slacks. For a woman, a skirt, pants is always nice with a nice casual top. Those are the types of things. Make sure that your clothes fit, and make sure, women, I'm busty. Don't have the twins out. Seriously, don't have the twins out. That's not how you get a job. Okay? Make sure you have multiple copies of your resume, because you never know if you're going to do a panel interview or not. And make sure you have at least three questions prepared for the company. That means that you will have to go on the company website, read their vision, read their goals, link their goals and vision to your own professional goals, so that they know that you're really ready to work in unison. Be flexible. All these good things that you should have learned in middle school. Just be mindful of that. So that was my Randummies today. Don't dress like a trashy tramp, because 9 times out of 10 your resume might go in the garbage. That's Angie Afternoon. Bam. Productions.